notion, though, is that the LBPA.
But I think we can all agree that while English is very important and reading skills are very important and literacy is very important, we can all collectively agree, I think, that geography is the least important subject. We can all agree, right? Everyone agrees with me here. It's history or it's geography. It's one of the two. Like, it's one or the other. So, but I think geography is like the clear loser.
Seriously. It gave teachers the training they needed, it focused on struggling readers, and it gave kids time to learn how to read properly. So
there's oh my god, I should do a tier list actually of subjects. I should do a tier list of subject importance. Actually, can I find that? 1 second. High school subjects tier list. Hold on. High school subjects tier list. What have we... Oh, baby! Here we go. Okay, here we go. Hang on. Fuck this video. It's over, basically. Nothing important. Okay. So, let me just get the things real quick. So we have mandatory learning. Is this gonna be too big? Like, why does it look like that? Mandatory. What is it? I guess it's too long, shouldn't it? What the hell? Bro, sometimes I hate this. I'm just gonna call it S, fuck it. Okay, let's just do whatever, fuck it. It was Les Mis. Oh, okay, you know what? I agree with you on that. I agree. Required learning. Okay. Important. We'll do here very, very important. Good to know. Rarely useful. Okay. Sorry, I'm gonna just capitalize. Very important. Good to know. Rarely useful. Do I need another tier here? I don't think so, right? S, A, B, C, D. Do I need, like, another tier? I don't know if I need another tier, honestly. Oh, yeah. We'll do here. No, of course I'm gonna have waste of time. Waste of time, right? But I'm just wondering if there's gonna be, like, required learning, waste of time. Very important, good to know, really useful. Maybe I'll make a tier below this. What I'll do here is I'll do waste of time here. Waste of time. And then we'll do, like, niche. We're ranking school subjects. And we'll just make this a different color. This is not... The niche tier is not F tier. Okay? The waste of time tier is the bad tier. Niche is just, like... It's, like... really, like, you could, if you specialize in it, it's gonna be, like, great or whatever. But, you know, for the most part, it's just like, no, actually, I am gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. No, I have a different one. I have a better, no. Sorry, just slam my keyboard. Sorry. Hold on. I'm gonna go back. Ah, 1 sec. Let me go back. I'm gonna go back. Hold on. Too niche. We're gonna call it too niche, and then this is gonna be waste of time. So too niche, and then waste of time at the bottom. Okay? There we go. I'm gonna make this purple. Okay? So we have required learning, very important, good to know, it's, like, rarely useful, it's too niche, and it's a waste of, like, it's actively a waste of, like, it's actively bad to learn. Okay? Like, you'd be better off, like, doing anything else. Okay? Required, now, obviously, English is required learning. Replace English with whatever language whatever language you learn, you know? Right? It's not literally, but you know what I mean. we're just like literature type reading, writing. Of course, this is the most, like, this is obviously essential. Like, you have to. Now, this is high school, by the way. This is not beyond high school. I'm not talking about like, I'm not talking about like doing an English degree. I'm talking about just learning it as like a high school subject. If this was like as a degree, then English would probably be like done here, to be honest. If it was like as a university degree, it might be done like here. Yeah, I took physics in high school. It might be done here. But for high school level, it's it's mandatory. English, yeah, but I'm not. When I say English, though, this isn't like the English language. This is like the literature class, like the class where you read and write, whatever language you're reading. It's not like a set. Like we'll just do like the second languages as like as their own thing, right? Chemistry. Chemistry. It's rarely useful. I think of all of the sciences, it's the worst science. It's rarely useful. Like, biology is going to be a useful subject to know because it's just human beings, right? It's like a pretty practical thing. Biology comes up a lot. Health, it comes up in health, right? Everyone has a biology, but chemistry, it's fun. It's fun. You know, but it's not that useful. Your friend is a chem prof. Again, just to be very clear, this is not as a degree. This is not as a job. It's exclusively like in if you're only like just learning it at the high school level. That's all. This is not beyond high school. I'm not saying that chemistry is useless to know ever or anything like that. I'm not saying that it's like a rarely useful degree either. It's a very important thing. It's just like most people are only going to take it in high school, and it's just not going to be that useful. It's just really not going to be that useful for you if you take it at a high school level. Arts, in my opinion, it's either rarely useful or good to know. I'm a little undecided. I mean, it obviously super depends on what you do after high school. But I think that just having a subject that lets you be creative is cool and important for like learning. I think it's important. Really useful what you learn in high school. I want to agree, but I actually just think it's really important for like your brain development. Like, if that makes sense. I just think that it's like I just think it's really important to like have a class where you're learning to do like creative stuff, right? I think that's important to have like a creative outlet class. It doesn't necessarily have to be like art. This could be theater, or this could be like, I don't know what the other top things are, right? But it could be like, but you just have to have a creative outlet. I think it's very important that you have a creative outlet, and arts kind of covers a broad spectrum, so can provide significant perspective. It's just the least useful. It's just the least useful high school science. Audio visual arts, bro, like what is this? Audio visual arts, waste of time. All this, this is just watching movies in class, I guarantee you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No shot. No way. There's no way that's useful. What even is audio visual? Like, shut up, bro. It's just watching movies in class. Technical drawing. This just sounds like a classic too niche. Like, this sounds like a classic too niche. Wait, why are they the same color? I'm fixing the colors here, one sec. Like, that is way too niche. Like, what is that? I'm not gonna call it a waste of time. Actually, is it a waste of time? Do good artists even need to know how to do technical drawing? They might, but is it even that important? I'll put it in too niche right now. History is rarely useful, for sure. History is very rarely useful. It's definitely one of the lower tier mandatory subjects. History is rarely useful. Yeah, it's not that useful. It's just not. Like, the reality is, if you really wanted to know, you would just look it up. You know what I mean? Guys, you're making me laugh. History is not that important, guys. It's not that important. History is really not that important, guys. It really isn't. It really is not that important. Okay? It really is not. It's really not that important. Like, it's like fun, like, history's like fun trivia. It's like the fun trivia class, you know? And it's kind of, history's kind of an extension of English, because I feel like history is an opportunity for you to do a lot of writing, which allows you to like practice your English skills. A lot of what you learn in English classes, you get to put into practice in a history class. You get to write a lot. It's pretty useful. This tier list is full tweak. No, you just stay mad. Stay mad. Geography is a waste of time. It is. Geography is really just useless. It truly is the worst fucking subject. It's so useless. It's never important. It's like, every time you guys react, it makes me laugh. But I'm not joking. But every time you guys get mad, it makes me laugh. But I'm not joking. I want to be clear. I'm not joking. Geography is fucking useless, okay? Geography is my worst subject by far. It's by far my worst subject, and my life has never suffered for that fact. Like, I've sat and thought a lot of things to myself. Never once in my entire life have I sat and thought, fuck, you know what? I kind of wish I did a little bit more geography in high school. Like, I've never thought that. And I've thought that about almost every other subject. I've thought that about almost every other subject. Like, oh, okay. Yeah, I kind of wish I did. Name 10 countries. London. Europe. Fuck, I can't think of any more. I just think geography is like where cities and states are. No, it isn't. But you don't really learn about that shit until you get beyond high school. Like, you don't really learn about like the cool stuff in geography at a high school level. Like, most of geography at high school is just literally like locations and maybe a little bit of like map stuff and maybe a little bit of, but like you don't really get to the cool shit. Like, you don't get to the cool shit. I don't know. It's not that cool. And I mean, isn't that covered by geology actually? Isn't that just covered by geology, like the study of like rocks and shit? Geology's rocks, yeah. Like most of that shit's covered by geology. Like which I didn't. I took geology in university. I actually did 2 university. Is it fucked up that I did 2 university level geology courses? By the way, isn't that weird? I'm like only now remembering that I did 2 university level geology courses, but I did. So random. So random. The reason is you had to take mandatory like electives. Like you had to take like random electives, and I just picked whatever worked for my schedule. I just picked whatever worked for my my university schedule, right? I was like, I needed ones where, oh, I have a class from, yeah, like you had to, like if you were taking like in business, because I had a business degree, right? No, it's not an oxymoron. I had a business degree, and you had to take social science. You had to take like 1 credit of social sciences and 1 credit of like non-social science like things. Like you had to, right? You had to do that. Like you had to take those, but you could take anything. Like for your social science, I did women and gender studies in my last year, right? But I could have taken like an intro to chemistry course or an intro to whatever, but I just took a geology course for my, like, right? That is what it is. Technology. I would have put this, if this was like, I feel like when I was in high school, I thought of this course as just when I was in high school, I thought of this course as just good to know. When I was in high school, I never thought much of my IT class, right? I had IT classes. I never thought much of them. I never really thought like they were like, wow, I'm really learning something special here. But now I realize like this was like, damn, I actually do wish that I had better, more technology courses in high school. Like, that was like, I had good ones. No, it's not my high school. This is just high school subjects. I had an IT class. I had an IT class in high school. I think, did not everyone have an IT class in high school? We had a class where it was literally, everyone called it the computer class, where you sat in front of a computer for the class. And then you just played video games instead of learning. You just went onto like the video game websites. Computer science, yeah. We had computer lab in elementary school. No, I had it in high school. I had it in high school in the UK, but I did not have it in Canada. But I had it in the UK. I didn't have it in Canada, actually, now that I think about it. Okay, mechanics. If you're learning mechanics in high school, bro, like, what are you doing? Too niche. Just save it for later. Way too niche. Just save it for later. It's not like this is not like a I don't know, whatever. I mean, if you're gonna go into the field and you learn it, sure, but whatever, dude. Okay, I'm just gonna group these French, German, Spanish. I'm just gonna kind of group these sort of together, but I'll put them in order. So, a second language is good to know. It's good to know a second language. It doesn't really matter which one, but some are created, you know, more equal. There's more better ones than, there's more good ones than others. I don't know the fucking word for it, right? Trying to do a better, you know, everyone's equal, but some are more equal than others thing. But I think that in order of importance, and now this depends where you live, but in Canada, it's probably going to be French, then Spanish, and then German. In technology, it's just IT. Information technology, IT. It's just a computer class. It's a computer science class. That's all it is. It's just, it's the class. It's, I knew exactly what it was when I looked at it. I read technology. I knew exactly what it was. It's not vague at all. In Canada, probably French, Spanish, German. If you were in America, you probably put Spanish over it. This list is baffling. It's not. I think that learning a second language in high school is good to know. I think it's good. I think that learning a second language in high school is good. Now, you don't have to learn all three of them. These are like a package here. Just learn one new language in high school. Just learn like one new language in high school. But it's probably a good thing to do. It's probably useful. It's good to know. It's not like super important, and it's not going to be rarely useful. A second language is pretty cool. Why is arts above geography? Because arts are important. Arts are super important. People that think arts aren't important are crazy. Music class is rarely useful. Music is fun. Music is cool. Arts needs to go down? No, it does not. No, it absolutely does not. No, it doesn't. Music is rarely useful, I will say. Again, music is cool. And if you really want to go into music, it's obviously going to be great for you to have music classes. But for most people, like, you should take a music class. That's not what being said. Our number one problem, the reason we're facing extinction, is a geography problem. Okay. That doesn't mean it's not niche. It doesn't mean it's not like a no, I don't agree. No. Yeah, arts includes a lot of stuff. Arts is there's no theater here, I think. So arts is including like theater, you know, it's a lot. Yeah, it's important to have an arts class. It is. It's important to have a creative outlet class. That's not controversial. It's super important to have a creative outlet class. That's really important. Music is one of those, but I didn't put geography in niche.
When was the last time you blew into something while fingering its holes to get it to make
When's the last
music?
time? What? You didn't put geography in niche. You just said it was. But I just said it was niche. But it's a waste of time because nobody uses it, except for like a couple people. It's not. It's just. It's a waste. It's useless. Like for the average person, it's just useless. It's not important for being good at GeoGuessr, I guess. Economics is. I mean, it's good to know. You'd rate languages higher? Yeah, depending on where you live, it could be higher. Economics is good to know. It could go in very important, actually. Economics could go in very important, but I don't know. It's not really a class that people do. History is infinitely more important than economics? Nah, history is not that useful. I'm gonna keep it in good to know. Economics is good to know, but I feel like most economic stuff, like, the problem with learning economics is you're not really gonna be using it, like, while you're in high school. Like, economics is like a thing that you only really need to get good at when you're like a grown-ass adult. So it's really, I'm gonna put it in really useful. Like, for the most part, you don't really need economics you don't need to understand how economics work as a fucking 17-year-old. Like, that's the shit you learn when you're like, 27 or something. I don't know. You weren't doing stocks and buying stock? No, it wasn't. It's not that useful. Latin, I mean, waste of time. Absolutely. Ancient Greek, waste of time, bro. I'm sorry. Classic culture, I had a classic class. Waste of time, bro. Waste of time. Absolute waste of time. Like, just watch movies. Like, just, if you really want classic culture, just watch the fucking Troy movie. Like, don't waste time taking a whole ass course on fucking classics, bro. Just watch the movie Troy and be done with it. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. It's so fucking trash, bro. It's fun. It's a fun subject. Don't get me wrong. I think classics is fun, but like, it's not. Like, stop. Can we stop, please? Can we stop? History of arts? I mean, that's, again, waste of time. Actually, history of arts, I'm gonna put it in too niche. I changed my mind. History of arts, too niche. History of arts is gonna be very important if you want to do arts. For the same reason that mechanics is gonna be important if you're gonna go into like that field, in the same reason that technical drawing will be important if you're gonna go into, like, you want to be good at drawing, it fits the category. This is insane glaze. I didn't do arts in school. I'm glazing it because I think it was important. I didn't even do it. I didn't even do arts. I just think it's important. I'm just giving it its respect. That's all. History of science. I mean, what a waste of time, bro. What a waste of time. There's no way. Like, there's no way. History of science, bro. Seriously? Shut up. That's just regular science most of the time. Anyway, like, most of that's covered in science. Yeah, who cares? Don't take a class for this. Religion is rarely useful, for sure. It might even be a waste of time for religion. But I think religion has a lot of overlap with history. I kind of view religion as like a history class as well. It's kind of like a history class that's just focused on religion more than anything, I think. At least the history classes that I took. The religion classes that I took in high school. I went to a Catholic school, so history was mandatory. But most of them just turned out to be like, basically history lessons on religion. So, maybe too niche. Maybe too niche. I don't know if it's a waste of time. I think it might be. I don't think it's a waste of time, though. Ethics at high school level, that's too niche. Ethics is definitely important. Like, ethics is super important. I'll put religion in really useful. Ethics is super important, but just not a high school. It's just not that important. Like, it's important, but not a high school level, for sure. Literature, very important. It's basically like English light. English literature class, yeah, very important. I think so. Very important. Ethics, or citizenship as we call it, was literally useless. Oh, is this like I think I had a class like that, which was called like, yeah. I think I had a class like that, but it wasn't called, no, I think literature can go to good to, I mean, the problem with literature is it's piggybacking on English. That's kind of my issue with literature. I might not even put it up there. It's basically just English light. It's like it's like more English. It's piggybacking off of English. I might not even put it on the list, to be honest. No, oh, literature's like reading book. No, but for me, I'm putting it up there as like just learning to read and write and stuff. You know what I mean? That's what's important about it. Not like learning books or having like knowing books. It's about learning to read and write and getting practice with that, right? Which you get a lot of that practice in history class. You get a lot of that practice in, that's grammar. Well, they don't have grammar on the list. That's what I was taking it as. Why is swimming? I don't know. I'm not going to put it on the list though, for sure. Math is easy S tier. It is super easy S tier. It is so obviously S tier. It is the most important thing. It is the most important thing, I think. Math is the number one of the list. Most important thing. It's top one. Everyone knows it. It's just, everyone knows it. Every science is just, like, not every science, but most sciences are just math, but less important. Like, just, like, levels below math, like specialized math or whatever. Biology. You've somehow combined STEM-word brain with anti-STEM-word hippie lefty brain, or just having a good understanding of everything. No, I just have a good understanding of everything. What are you talking about? Biology. I think biology is pretty important. Actually, I'm going to put it in very important. The reason is, I think understanding how your body works is important. I think that that's good. There's a lot of health stuff in there in biology class. I don't know if you guys had this, but in my biology class, that's where I didn't have a sex ed class, but we had our sex ed stuff in the biology course. Like that was literally in the biology class too, when I was in high school. I'm going to put it in very important. I think it's important. I think it's very important. Geology, that's just rocks, bro. That's just sex ed? No, because I didn't have a sex ed class. We didn't have one. There was no sex ed class. It was a Catholic school. Just when we were in biology, they talked about fucking sperms and fucking ovums, and they talked about fucking condors. Okay, like, what do you want from me? Okay, I have this is probably going to be the most controversial. This is going to be the most controversial entry in the entire list. I think this is going to be the most controversial entry. Physical education. Required. Right behind maths. Second most important. Second most important thing behind maths. Behind English. The most controversial opinion. I'm doing this on purpose. No, I'm not. I'm serious. I think I'm being serious. Physical not controversial at all? Oh, okay. I think this is super important. I think physical education is insanely important. I think it's so important. Even at not just at the like elementary school level, but at the high school level. It's super important. Because when I went to I did go to a sports school, but when I went to Canada, I didn't go to a sports school, and I did a sports school, and I did theater instead of more gym. In fact, I had a gym class. Like, I was literally taking a gym class, and then the theater teacher told me to drop out of the gym class and to take theater instead. And I did. But I actually think that was a mistake. I think I should have done physical education class like all throughout every year of high school. I think I should have always done it. I should never have stopped doing it. But yeah. Physics. I mean, it's not that important. It's good to know. It's good to know, I guess. Okay, okay. I mean, physics is good to know, but like, it's just math light. You know what I mean? Physics is just math light. There's like fun stuff in it. It's good to know. It's not good to know. It's not that low. Okay, let me adjust this to make it more balanced, because right now it's a little bit top heavy. Or there's nothing in very important. Physics is just math light, yeah. The thing is, kind of the problem with the very important thing is, there's not a lot that I want to take out of required learning, and there's not a lot that I want to move up from good to know. You know what I mean? Like, I don't really want to move any of these up, and I don't really want to move any of these down, is the thing. Art over chemistry and history is massive cope. I never did art in high school. Like, I didn't do it. I didn't do, like, art stuff. I did chemistry. I did chemistry all the way, like, I did chemistry every year. Like, I did it to grade 12 or whatever, right? Like, I didn't do art past... As soon as art stopped being a mandatory class, I just stopped taking it. And... Yeah, this isn't about how important the subject is in the world. It's about how important is this when you're learning in high school. And that's not true. There's some really important subjects that you just don't learn in high school. Like financial, being able to manage your finances, like financial literacy is really important. But it's not, no one cares in high school. It'll be nice to take a financial literacy class in high school, but it's not that important. Like, it's really not that important to take like that in high school. And it's really important as an adult, financial literacy. But yeah. Yeah. That's about it, really. If people don't learn these things in high school, they never learn? That's not true. I didn't learn to code in high school. I'm learning it now. I didn't know that Panama was a... country until this year. So I didn't know that. I didn't know that until this year. So you don't have to know these things. The fucked up thing is I had to Google if it was. I wasn't sure if it was a city or a country. Like, I had to Google it just now. I wasn't sure if it was a city or a country. I didn't know. Yeah. Nothing's stopping you learning it. I didn't do an ethics course. I did a civil, what is it called? Civics. I did a civics course and that shit sucked. That civics course was so ass, bro. That shit was so, nobody took the civics course seriously. It was so trash. That's what you get for not learning geography? Whoop-de-doo. I don't know that Panama's a country. Like, who cares? There's, like, that's the only time in my life that it's been important that I knew that was when I was saying what it is. Like, who cares, man? That's not even geography? Okay, maps. Like, who cares about maps? It's not important. Maps are not that important. I don't understand. We keep reinforcing that geography is where a country is on a map. Wait, geography is where a country is on a map. Maps is not geography. I'm getting conflicting messages right now. Don't ask me to tell you what geography. Don't ask me to tell you what geography is. I don't know. I never did the subject. Don't ask me to tell you what it is. Don't look to me. Don't look to me for the answers on what geography is. I never did it. I stopped taking geography when I was 15. The last time I ever took a geography class was I was 15 years old. And I haven't looked back. I've never once regretted it. Why am I putting... Because I don't miss it. I didn't take an art class, and I think I would have liked to have a... I wish I had like a better art class. I didn't take art. I stopped taking art. But I would have missed art more than I would have missed geography. And I'm glad I had my theater class. Like, they don't have theater, but I'm putting it under the umbrella of arts. I'm super glad that I had a theater class. Like, it really got me to like be creative in a way. It really helped me with like self-actualization. You know? Having a creative outlet was cool. I wish I tried harder in my music classes, but music's like a subsect of arts, so it's kind of, you know, consumed by it. Geography being where things are on a map is like some basic broad facts about geography. Yeah. But that's all you, well, I mean, I never took it past 15, but that's all you learn. Like, all you learn until, like, you're 15 in geography is just, like, where is shit on the map? That's all you learn. Like, who, like, yeah. You just memorize the names of countries and fucking, that's it, you know? Like, states or provinces or whatever. Yeah, I'm sure you go deeper, but I dropped the class before I went any deeper. I don't know. It's just okay. It's not, yeah, that's why I wasted time. Natural geography is mountains, rivers, and shit. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool, but it's not that important. You did human geography? Well, I didn't, I could have taken it probably, but I just dropped out of it. Yeah. Like, I dropped out of geography. I didn't take geography. You can only take so many classes. I took physics, I took biology, I took chemistry, I took statistics, I took calculus, I took English, I took creative writing, I did theater. Was it only 8 courses? Maybe it was only 8 courses in my last. I don't remember actually how many courses it was. Might have only been 8 in my last. I don't remember. I might have done more than those, but yeah. Yeah. But I just did every fucking math. Like, all I did was all the maths. I did statistics, I did calculus and vectors, which I forgot all of. I just forgot it all, right? But I did a bunch of math classes and then all those sciences. And then I also took theater and English. I did 2 English classes. I did English and creative writing. Creative writing was the worst class that I took for sure. Like, that was definitely the worst one that I took. But I took it because my friend was taking it and I wanted to talk to my friend. So that's why. I took it because I wanted to have a class with my friend. I actually don't think I had many other classes with my friend, so I wanted to take I wanted us to take a class. We took a class together so we could have a class together. So that's why I took creative writing. Because we didn't have any other classes together. I think. Yeah. MIT requires students to pass a swimming test. I used to be good at swimming. Like, I used to swim a lot. I did it. It was mandatory in... It was mandatory in... Like, not mandatory, but it was like a thing that we did when I was in, like, primary school in the UK. I did a lot of swimming classes. For school, like, with the school. We did swimming stuff. But I never did it past, like, 11. Right? I liked swimming. Yeah. Yeah. You struggle to understand how I can just think it's not important. What's not important? Geography? Oh, history. History's just not that important. Like, again, it's just really not... It's, like... It's probably the most overrated degree. Or, like, field of study. Like, history is extraordinarily overrated. It's not important. Cap? It's not cap. It's a fact. In fact, history is important because politics happen every day. Yeah, but just learn it as you go. It's literally how you understand where we are politically, culturally, linguistically. Bro, who cares? Like, history motherfuckers, like... Hold on, let me draw. Let me draw something. Hold on, let me draw something. Let me draw something for you. I am cooking right now. Holy fucking crap. I am cooking so fucking hard. Okay? Holy shit, I'm cooking. Holy fuck, I'm cooking so hard right now. Oh my god, I'm so funny. Oh my god. Oh, you guys can't see. You guys can't see. Well, actually, maybe I'll show you now. Maybe I can show you now. 1 second. Hold on. Let me just. Oh my goodness. Wait, hold on. What? Hold on. Let me finish my cook real quick. Hold on. Okay. Hold on. Get ready for this, cook. Get ready. Okay. I'm like wiggling my whole ass screen right now with this drawing. But like I'm wiggling my whole thing with the way I'm. Okay, hold on. Whoops. Hold on. Let me cook. Oh, you guys can't see this one. Let me not focus on that one too much. Hold on. I need to make this text smaller. Can I make it smaller? 14. This is history, motherfuckers. Okay, this is history, motherfuckers. Okay. And this is history, motherfuckers, right here. It's important. Bro, climb. You know what's more important? Climbing out of the fucking car. That's what's more important. We need to get the fuck out of the car before it explodes. Like, that's the more important thing. Maybe that's the more important thing. Maybe we should just move out of the car. Anyway, that's a good meme. I'm saving this one. That's a good meme. Oh my god. Whoa, my ears. Whoa, OneDrive, not enough storage. Thank you, OneDrive. Fuck OneDrive, bro. It's why America had our disgusting bro, like, stop, bro. Like, stop. It's not. Like, it's not. Try all you want to make it more important than it is. It's not that important. Like, learn it as like you can learn history as like a side tangent in most subjects. There you go. That's all history is. At most, it's a side subject. It's a side tangent subject in like another subject. You know? That's it. That's all there is to it. It's like a complementary subject for other real subjects. Right? It gives you some extra context on like the real subject, but it's not. Okay. You know? Yeah. De minimis is great. I got to import goods, but it existed purely to destroy the Who cares? Like, who cares? Like, literally, who cares? Like, it doesn't matter. I never knew that. I've never needed to know that, and I will never need to know that. Like, again, I just think history motherfuckers need, like, they have a chip on their shoulder. History motherfuckers have like the biggest ego. Again, it's not what's important in high school. No, but what I am saying, like, so that's true. And for every subject on this list, that's true. It's just about high school. But the thing is, if this was before high school, like if this was beyond high school, if this list was like how important is it in the world, the list would look a lot different. And history would be here. If this was like, I'm doing history a favor by only limiting it to high school. Like, it's so useless. It's not a troll. I'm not trolling. I'm serious. You're doomed to repeat past mistakes? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. Do I need to know history of fucking math in order to know how a function works? No. Of course not. I don't need to. Do I need to know that 100,000 years ago they were wrong about something? No, I just need to know how they're right now. Someone's gonna say, what about the immigrants? And I'm gonna like, wait, they're cooking, because I never read about World War II. Like, oh, why is it? Yeah, but again, that sounds cool and everything. But what that is that's like, history is just like a side subject to like the actual subject of like geopolitics. You know what I mean? And the actual subject is politics, and history is just like a side subject of it. It's like useful additional, it's like additional reading. You know? That's all it is. History is politics? No, it's not. History is a lot of things. Everything has history. History is politics? That's not true. That's not true. That's not true. Everything has history. Fucking the history of fucking how we went from science fucking in how we went from like, that's not politics, bro. It's not politics. Knowing that 10,000 fucking years ago, they fucking took a piece of paper, or they took like a stick and looked at the sky and went, judging by my calculations, I estimate that because I can use the shadow cast by the sun on this stick in order to approximate the distance between two cities. Like, okay, that's how they did that historically. That's not how we do that shit. Like, we don't do it today. Like, you don't need to know the history of, like, how the fuck they cooked something 10,000 years ago. History is learning about how Hitler radicalized a whole population. Did I not just fall out of a coconut tree? I mean, again, listen. I don't know what you want me to tell you. Like, it's just not that important. Like, modern stuff, obviously, it's good supplementary. It's useful supplementary stuff, but it's just not that important. I just think people have an ego about it. I just think people have an ego about history. Like, I think that history, like, majors have a bigger ego than STEM majors. I do. Like, I legitimately think that, like, I think the history majors have a bigger ego than STEM majors. I have an ego about not knowing history. I don't think so. I'm just right. The problem is I'm right. You guys are frustrated, and you're taking out your frustration on me. I'm checking your ego, and you're getting angry at me. That's all that's happening. I am rarely correct. I'm extraordinarily correct. I'm the most correct person I've ever met. That's not true. Probably is true, actually, because I don't meet a lot of people. I don't talk to a lot of people, so. I'm literally an econ major. I'm a STEM lord. Yeah, but bro, never mind. I'm not gonna, never mind. I'm not gonna fucking do it. No, I'm not gonna say it. Yeah, like history, if you want to understand the context of something, like history's cool. Like, yeah, sure. It's good at what it is. You know, it's useful for what it's useful for, but it's not. I'm correct like 99% of the time. This is my more incorrect stuff. No, it's just not that important. It's just not that important. A lot of people think it's important, but it's not that important. You can't understand politics without the context. History is useful. I mean, it's useful as a side subject to other subjects that are useful. Yeah, sure. Like it's like it's sure. Okay, that's what I'll grant you. I'll grant you that history is useful as a side subject for another more useful subject. I'll grant you that, okay? It's not useless. History is not useless. It's a good side subject. Okay, are we happy? There we go. I've conceded. I've conceded to you, chat. It's a good side subject to a more important subject. More? That's not far enough? I mean, it's a useful side subject to give you like some context or whatever. That's about it. But that's like the only reason that I say history is like useless is because I'm checking you guys' egos who think that history is the most important subject in the universe. Like, I just have to check your egos a little bit. That's why I'm saying it's useless. I'm not actually of the opinion that history has literally zero use. But you guys are worse than STEM lords for this stuff. Try to make myself feel better about your lack of history knowledge? I don't think that's true, because anytime I need to, if history was important, I would look into it for sure. I just don't think it's that important. Anytime that I felt like history's been important, I'll look into it as much as I reasonably can. But it's no more important than like anything else. You need history to not be important because I don't care about it? No, that's not true. Like, if it was important. I think, like, for example, I don't really... what's a good example? Actually, I'm trying to think of a... I don't really do art. Like, the first time in my life that I ever did art was, like, when I was doing some photography stuff for posting online. But, like, I don't really do art. But you're not going to catch me saying that art is useless. In fact, I was glazing art. If anything, I glazed art. Because I think that art is useful, even if I personally don't really use it at all. Or know much about it or anything. I don't listen to music. Like, pretty much ever. I, like, literally don't listen to music. I don't listen to music. But I'm not going to say that, like, it's worthless. I think music's cool. Yeah, I think music's awesome. So, it doesn't, like, this opinion doesn't track across other subjects that I don't care about, if that makes sense. Yeah, that's what I said. Yeah, I think art is important. Yes, that was literally my take. You're just literally parroting my take earlier. That's exactly what I said. The reason that I put art on this list this high, the entire reason was I think it's important for your brain, for your learning ability to have creative outlets. I think that's important for like developing the full range of your brain's abilities. I think it's important to have creative outlets. I think it's useless. I think it's useful. That's why I put it so high. That's the entire reason I put art so high, because I think it's important to have that. So, yeah. But it's just not, like, yeah. It's not that important I don't know. Anyway. Yeah. I'm not even, like, I'm not an art glaze. I don't know if people think I'm art glazing. But yeah. There's lots of subjects that I don't understand. I don't really care about. Like, I don't really care about chemistry. But I'm not going to say chemistry is useless. I just don't think it's like the knowledge of chemistry as like for your day-to-day life, not that useful. But like chemistry is an important subject. Yeah, every science is super important. Like sciences are super giga important. Math is super important because it's a foundational. Math is like a foundational thing that like almost fucking like not almost every other, but like so many other fucking subjects, like so many other science subjects, like literally, they can't function if you don't know math. Like, you can't do physics if you don't know math. It's foundational. You think art history is important because it lets you understand the difference between figurative and modern/postmodern art and why non-figurative art came about? Disdain towards modern art is fascist. Okay. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know who said it. I don't know who was shitting on modern art. I don't know where that came from, but yeah, that's just in general. Oh, just random, I guess. Bro wanted the monologue, I guess. Authoritarian regimes like to suppress modern art. My guess is gonna be because a lot of modern art is making fun of them or giving them a bad look or whatever. Whoa. Beep. People should learn about art history. No, it's because modern art emphasizes the universal nature of art. I don't know enough about art, unfortunately, but I assume that modern art is just another phase of art, and my guess is going to be that, I mean, I don't know, but my guess is going to be that modern art is, you know, I don't know. I'm sure 1,000 years ago, the art that they were making 1,000 years ago, they thought of as modern art, you know? I just assume it's just another phase of art. Although I guess maybe not, because there's been different capacities, like abilities to create art that have changed, right? Like the amount of people that could make art has changed with time, right? And the ability to access art has also changed with time. So it's not just that it's another phase of art. Well, it is another phase of art, but yeah. Modern art refers to an art made in a specific time period that ended. Oh. Is it postmodern art? Is that what phase we're in now? Contemporary. Oh. Cool, I guess. I don't know. I don't really care about art. I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't really care about art. I'm gonna be completely honest with you. I don't really give a fuck about art at all. So like it's cool. I think it's awesome in its own way, but I didn't put art in S tier. I put it in mid. I put it in good to know. It's not even, you know? I don't really give a fuck. I don't really care about art, okay? I think it would be cool to know. Like, I wish I was better at it. I wish I was better at art. Like, I think it would be a cool skill to have. You know? Like, I wish I was better at fucking drawing or painting or whatever, or photography. Like, my photography skills are so mid. Like, I'm so mid at taking photos. I wish I was better at it, but... yeah. Yeah. Never once been like, damn, I wish I knew more about the Romans, you know? Like, never once sat and thought to myself, damn, really wish I took more classes telling me about how fucking Rome was. Hitler made nice-looking landscapes, but was ridiculed for making sterile landscapes? Ah. That's not true. My photography is much better than... I don't think so. I think I very accurately assess. Actually, I have to take that back. I don't think I very accurately assess my art skill. But because I don't have the skill to accurately assess art. That's the only reason. But I think that, like, me defining my own photos as, like... pretty mid work is I think that's extremely accurate. Like you can like it, but I don't think there's no like I think I'm aware enough about people better at it than me to know that There's absolutely no world where I would have like an ego about my, or you know what I mean, think like my art is some fucking crazy good stuff. It's good for what it is. You know what I mean? I think my art's good for what it is, right? Like sometimes you watch a movie and it's not Citizen Kane, but it's for what it is. It's good, you know? Like Hot Fuzz it was really good for what it was. You know? No, yeah, but I'm not comparing it to professionals. I'm just comparing it to people that are skilled. They want to view everything as being able to be graded on some objective measure of worth and value. Contemporary / postmodern art doesn't require very much skill. It requires imagination. I see. But I wonder if that's just a response to the fact that skill is now easier than ever to acquire by more and more people. I imagine, right? Like the tools to make things with skill are like the ability to make something and have skills in a thing are just better than they've ever been, right? So in order to differentiate things, we don't differentiate on a skill level anymore, right? It's more of a vibes-based approach, I guess. Photorealistic painting was basically finished in the West by the 1800s. Makes sense. Everyone got bored. They're like, okay, what's new? What makes me feel something? But I feel like my guess is gonna be that like art critics versus like what people think is good art, like what the layman is the word. My guess is gonna be there's a huge gulf in what like art critics think is good art versus like what like random people think. What if we painted this and made it look nothing like what it looks like, and then you get cubism? Wait, I have a really cool idea. Okay? I really like Stanley Kubrick movies. So, what if I make a musical and I shoot it just like a Kubrick film, but make it nothing like a Kubrick film. And then I call it I don't know what I call it, like miserableism. Could I do that? This is Gay Ink. You came to the wrong place. This is... I don't know. I don't have a name, actually, other than I don't have another thing. I don't have an idea. Sorry. Whoa. Can't deny the allegations. Bro, I don't know what the essay is. We can now capture the beauty of the natural world through both painting and photography. Painters are like, okay, what does painting do that's different from photography? I wanted to explore that. We're called degenerates ruining art by fascists. No. I mean... Okay. Okay. Cool. Thanks for the history lesson. I'm definitely gonna need that. That's really gonna come in handy. Definitely. I'm gonna need that for later. Let me make a note of that so I don't forget. I'll tell you what though, one thing that history is really good for, and geography as well, is trivia. It is.